So hello everybody and welcome back. This is Bernhard from fattybull.com, and today I would like to show you another test of one of my interior design projects. And as you know, I'm testing and doing everything now in real time. So that means I save a lot of time in doing all my material studies and my lighting studies because I can exchange materials, patterns, everything on the fly. And so I am really able to produce so many more iterations and design studies, especially CMF studies. I think if you're an interior designer as well, you know, color, material, and finish, that kind of like can take a lot of time, and also it's kind of like experimenting what really works for you the best and what design you're going for. And as you can see here, in real time, I have all the possibility to make quick adjustments and I can move around and I don't have any render time. And because that workflow goes so quick and so fast, I am also able to work actually on many more pitches. And you know, as more pitch work I can do, as higher my engagement is. Also, I have to say, my project books have been filled up quickly because I was able to engage much faster to show my clients like what I do in a much quick and faster way. And I also don't just provide one picture anymore. What I do instead is I'm sending them, you know, basically my 3D model as a package. And also I can do this with animations. I can send my audio and the full 3D space immediately. And as you can see here as well, you can change cameras on the fly. I can change quickly materials. I can change lights. So for example, if I go up here and let's say if I want to change the color of the light on the top here, and this is just a spotlight, but for instance here I did the back lighting here, right? Then I can make my color changes to blue, to purple, and whatever, like instantly. And so that also gives me then the power to discuss it with the client and give them super quick and fast iterations. And so everybody was so excited. I'm so excited about it. I'm really super stoked about this, that I said, this is the only way how you do presentations, how I do my design work. And, you know, I mean, I get it that there is also a lot of technology involved, and you need to do some preparation work. But at the end, it's really all about the design process. And let's face it, if you're a small design studio like I'm, a one-man show, right? I'm a super small studio. That's what I do for a living. That's my passion. It's very important that you constantly engage with new clients, and that you have, of course, a pool of different clients, and so that you always have projects you can work on, and that also you can grow your business. So this is why I think this is almost, it's not just the future, it's the present. And you know, just recently I got so much feedback from new clients. Even they said, Bernhard, we got your deck, we got your pitch work, and it's crazy because you send us an animation, you send us different design studies, different CMFs, different iterations, and you know, the 3D model. So we got the full scope, and in such period of time that basically I crushed it. I crushed my competition because the technology is not everybody's using it, you know, and the workflow I think is king. Yes, of course, you have to understand also, in my opinion, camera work. You have to understand shading, lighting, rendering, how to set up everything. But you know, at the end, it's just like super fast. And this design, it's not even mine. Here comes the thing. I want to show you this as well. I was inspired by this artist. She is from the Ukraine. I think her name is, as you can see here, Ksenia Kushnerchik, if I say it right, whatever. But you find it also online, and I provide the link. And she was so nice as well. Like, what I do is I provide always my scene files for free, so that interior designers, architects, any designer, it doesn't matter what designer you are, can actually use my scene files, so you can see behind the curtains and see how I do everything. And so also she provided a 3ds Max file, and as you know my workflow, if you've seen other tutorials from me, I usually go in 3ds Max and basically push it then through Datasmith into Unreal. And in Unreal, I do all my lighting, my shading, and my different design studies. But I want to show you something here, for example, and I think that's really super cool for a demonstration. If you want to exchange the carpet, for example, right, and you say, I don't know, I want to change just the pattern. I want to have a completely different pattern. Look, what I did here, I just created another carpet with a complete different pattern. I went in and just assigned that one here. Then you can also, of course, change the bump maps. You can change also the tiling. So that means, maybe the pattern itself is like it's too small or it's too large. Then you go in and you can change here the tiling. So for instance, if I want to make this smaller, I just do the U tiling and V tiling. I scale it down to 10. And as you can see, and I have a new carpet here. It's also fully retraced. That means bounce light and everything has an immediate impact. You can also see here if I would, for example, change my wall material, and well, like even the wood panel, it really doesn't matter, and just assign something else, then you see, whoa, there's an immediate impact to that, right? And also, maybe what's very interesting, what I would like to show you is, yeah, there's even exterior. So I just picked an HDRI outside. You could do something more nice, like maybe on a lake or anything like this. Also glow material, let me show you this. So for example, if you have lights, lamps, and you want to create the glow, then you can immediately change here the glow intensity. So I created 2, but you see, like here, if you turn it off and you save it, so there was, of course, the other one, of course. So glow, so here we go. So if I change this from 20 to let's say 1, then you can see the glow disappears. But you can also go like to 100 and you can crank it up. And then, of course, this is changing. You can, of course, change the color. Like here, I can go from, really doesn't matter, from a warm color to a cold color. And then I crank it also up and make this, I would say like 100. And then you see the light bulb here is now blue. And, in terms of color, curtains, patterns, carpets, materials, finishes, CMFs, lighting studies, it's crazy how super fast and quick you can create a different design piece here. So let me show you like live what I can do here. It doesn't matter. I Google carpet pattern, and you might have, if you're in textile, of course, and you have all your specific textiles and patterns and fabrics, then of course you know precisely what you would like to have and see. But in this particular demo, and in this case, I just show you, you can literally pick anything, like any texture map you see online, and then you just change the pattern. Maybe was there something interesting? So doesn't matter. I just go with this one and I save the image and whatever. I don't even change the name. And you see like here, you import that specific texture map. That's the other carpet now. And then I select it, double click it, and change this here again to materials. And then as you can see, here is my texture, but I just drag and drop the other texture into it and exchange it from my material. So I just go in here and say also here my UV layout and change it, and boom, here we go. And you have a different carpet in here. Of course, you can also change again like the tiling. Make sure that, whoa, that's a little large, but I mean, you get the point, right? And in terms of tiling, as you can see, this is like usually you need to have a texture map, but I think it's good for demonstration here. that was done in Photoshop, like it's tileable, right? So that specific carpet, what I just picked, is not tileable. And of course, you could maybe carpet pattern, tileable, maybe search for patterns, and they are already made then tileable. But anyways, I think you kind of get the point here. It can be fabric, it can be something glossy, and so on and so forth. So you have a lot of options and possibilities. So of course you can always create your own materials. That's what I prefer, of course. I go in and use a lot of my own shaders and materials. I know how to do that quickly. But in case if you're lazy, sometimes I'm also super lazy, you can use, for instance, Substance Source. And when you're here, you can see you can download all different kinds of materials and free assets, of course, as well. And for example, here is a blue one, so you can download this one, or there is a concrete, and that is for free, and you can download it. And it's super simple actually to bring it into your software, because all you do is from your browser, when you have here materials, you drag and drop it into your software and you say import. And then this is called Fabric Jeans. You drag and drop it and import it. So that's all what you have to do. And then once you have the materials here, you save it, that everything is in the system, and then you drag and drop it. And now, as you can see, I have the blue fabric here. And of course, again, for tiling, so it's always the same. You can create like a texture coordinate. So that allows you to make quick changes on the tiling, making sure that the patterns are laid out as you wish. And so if I want to have this just smaller, I just make that pattern smaller. It was maybe too much. I go like maybe 4, 4. But the good stuff is also what you can see, it goes instantly. It goes in real time. And because of that, you see also here, when I created carpet number 2, you can also copy nodes. So for example, here I created like a bump map, for the carpet, that it's not just flat, but like it's a normal map in this particular case. And then all you have to do is you bring this into the normal map. You can also choose here this one, increase it. And then as you can see here, if you increase this, let's say to 10 or something like this, then you can see that the bump map actually kicks in. And again, if you choose like the camera, you can pick also the depth of field. You can immediately adjust the exposure. So if it's underexposed or overexposed. So this is also super nice because you have full control. Lots of people are usually in the past, myself of course, like when you work in Photoshop, you work so much on like pimping just one shot, or like, oh, I want to Photoshop this and Photoshop that, and you just get out one picture, right? But here I create animations for my clients. I create multiple CMF studies, and yeah, I just wanted to show you how quickly that goes. Or for example, the bed, okay? Because in that scene file, what I showed you before, there is no other interior furniture included, but I went to, for instance, Sketchfab, and I was downloading this bed. So you click on download, that's a free model, imported it, and then boof, I had the bed in here. And also, as you can see, there is not even any fabrics on it. It's basically unshaded, so to speak. There is no material on it. But as you can see, even that fabric I created here, you can put now on the bed. I can change my tiling, and let's say I want to have this smaller, and let's do it 4 by 4. And you can see, whoa, I'm getting a complete different design and complete different look. Same is like pictures. Let's say you want to exchange pictures here, right? So look at that beautiful guy here. Who is that? Just kidding. But anyways, if you pick like here a material, right, and then you kind of like drag and drop it, then you see, whoops, this guy, which is me, by the way. I got a little distorted, my head. Jip, jip, squeeze my head. So, but as you can see, you can do a lot. And then in terms of spotlights that are here, they are like, you can adjust the intensity, and of course you can also adjust the color, the size, the shadows, so to speak. I mean, you can do a lot with it, right? Also, you can change glossiness if, for instance, it should be reflective or it should not be reflective. It really doesn't matter. You have so many options. It's just like infinitive. So that's about it. Like I said, that's another test I'm doing, and I am doing now a quick short animation. That's something I would like to show you. Also, right after that, you can see a frame, rendering a frame. It can be done so fast and so quickly. So you don't need a render farm. You can do it all with your workstation, and you can also animate, of course, the cameras, the exposure, the focus. I mean, just look at that. This is pretty cool. You can get bokeh effects, and I think you can also, I think this is what I really like, um, tell the story and your thoughts behind all your work, because I think the biggest benefit and the biggest boom, so to speak, and nice feedback I received winning the pitch work, and kind of like also extremely important for business developers, not just designers, business developers, designers, salespeople. You can say what you want, but you know, especially if you're a small business owner or a freelancer, it doesn't matter. This is how you win much more time for your presentation, and also to work on many other pieces, because my turnarounds is now, I would say it's 10 times faster than before, and that allowed me to quickly boost my engagement and my outreach to new clients by 10. um, you know, and I think this is just really incredible. So it's a huge help, and I just wanted to share this with you as well. I think for interior design, if you are also doing interior design work, architects, product design, whatever it is, you know, I mean, those are my thoughts. I would say real time ray tracing, understanding the workflow, setting up everything the correct way. You also can see here I can change the aperture and my exposure. Then I have less, you know, blurriness, of course. I can change my focal point all the time. And as you can see, you can knock out quickly, super quick, different shots and animations, and impress, so to speak, your client. Now look, the outside isn't done, it's just a box, right? Anyways, of course you can also do outside like exterior shots, and then making sure that everything is in focus, of course. You could also build then all the exterior out. In this case, my place is a little strange where I positioned it, but anyways, I think you get the point. So anyways, I am doing now a quick animation, and you know, that's another demonstration, or like my work in progress here, and I thought like I'm sharing it with you as well. Yeah, interesting to know what you think about it. What's your workflow? And if you have any questions, and you feel like, okay, hey Bernard, how could you implement that as well for your own little studio? Just send me an email, or even better, send me a text message, and just let's chat. I really love what I do, and I think, yeah, for every other interior designer or designer, uh, of course, I love to share my knowledge and help you out. So that's about it, and I'm trying to show you now my short animation I did right after here. And as you can see, like if you change this, it's pretty cool, because like then you can change the depth of field. It's fantastic. I mean, shooting here with a I would say 2.8 mil, or like aperture right now, and then you get a really nice bokeh effect. That's cool. Maybe one thing I wanted to show you in the post-process volume as well. There is also like bloom effects. As you can see, you can change this. You can change it to convolution, which is of course a little heavy here. And then you would need to make some adjustments if you want to have the glare in the material itself. So for example, here, as you can see, that glow is very strong because I cranked up that intensity to 100, but if you bring it down to 10, then you will see it gets down. And it's all about like finding the right balance, the right light values and intensity. But what's super cool, look at this, you get then even those nice, the glare effect and everything. It's really cool, right? So yeah, that's my latest test. I hope you like it, and curious what you have to say. And yeah, happy designing, and talk to you later. Take care. Bye bye.